Think you're crushing planks every day? Think again. Most people assume holding a plank is simple. Just drop down, hold still, and call a win. But here's the truth. If your hips sag, your shoulders flare, or your back arches even slightly, you're not just wasting your time. You could be putting your body at risk. And worse, all those minutes you've been planking might not be strengthening your core the way you think. Surprising, right? Let's start by exposing the mistakes almost everyone makes. First, sagging hips. You know the moment when your lower back dips and it feels easier to stay in the position? That dip is silently straining your lumbar spine. Your core isn't fully engaged, your abs aren't firing properly, and your back ends up carrying the load instead of your midsection. Then there's the other extreme, hips too high. This may seem harmless, but it turns your plank into a glorified shoulder press. Your abs get less work, and your shoulders take on unnecessary stress. Next, let's talk about arm positioning. Many people instinctively lock their elbows or push their hands too far forward. Think of your elbows as pillars that hold up a skyscraper. If the foundation is off, the whole structure wobbles. Misalignment here reduces stability and can make your shoulders sore after even a short hold. And let's not forget head position. Dropping your head to look the floor or craning your neck upward creates tension that ripples through your spine, reducing the efficiency of the exercise and risking neck strain. Now here's a secret most fitness tutorials skip. The plank isn't just about abs. Think of your core as the foundation of a skyscraper. Your abs, obliques, glutes, and even your upper back all work together to keep that foundation solid. If one part slacks off, the whole structure suffers. That's why correct form matters more than how long you can hold the plank. So how do we fix this? Let's start simple. Imagine a straight line from your head to your heels, like a wooden plank floating in midair. Your shoulders stacked directly over your elbows, your neck neutral, your gaze toward the floor. Pull your belly button slightly toward your spine to activate your deep core muscles. Squeeze your glutes, which helps keep the hips from sagging. Press your heels back as if trying to elongate your body. This creates tension that engages your legs and stabilizes your entire frame. Here's a mini light bulb moment. If you can hold this line without trembling or feeling your lower back ache, your core is actually working as intended. But most beginners will notice that even after a few seconds, one part of their body wants to cheat. Maybe the hips dip, maybe the shoulders creep forward. That's normal. Awareness is the first step. Before we dive into intermediate tweaks and advanced adjustments, remember, even slight corrections in your form drastically change which muscles are engaged and how safe the exercise is for your body. Ask yourself this: are you holding a plank, or is your body holding you? The difference is huge. Over the next few minutes, I'll guide you through the exact mechanics that take a basic plank from meh to maximally effective. By the end, you'll know how to feel every muscle in your core firing without overloading your back or shoulders. Now that you understand the common pitfalls, let's get hands-on with the proper plank setup. Start on the floor, on your elbows and toes. Position your elbows directly beneath your shoulders. Think of it like building a bridge. The supports have to be perfectly aligned or the structure wobbles. From here, engage your core. Pull your belly button toward your spine. Don't just think abs, think whole midsection. Your obliques, lower back, and deep transverse muscles all need to fire to keep you stable. Next, check your hips. This is where most people fail. Imagine your body as a straight board. If your hips sag toward the floor, your lower back is taking over. If your hips poke upward, your abs aren't working. A subtle squeeze of your glutes and a gentle tightening of your thighs helps lock your hips in place. One tip that often gets overlooked: lightly brace your core as if someone is about to punch you in the stomach. That's exactly the tension your body needs. Now the upper body. Keep your shoulders pressed down and away from your ears, not hunched. Many people unconsciously shrug their shoulders, which transfers work away from the core and onto the neck and traps. Imagine trying to push the floor away from you with your elbows. This small cue activates your upper back muscles and stabilizes the entire plank. Here's a little science to make it stick. Studies show that proper plank form activates not just the rectus abdominis, but also deeper stabilizers like the transversus abdominis and the multifidus in your spine. These are the muscles that protect your back and improve posture. So when you feel that full body tension, it's not just harder work, it's smarter work. Intermediate tweaks make a huge difference. For example, try lifting one leg slightly off the floor while maintaining alignment. This challenges your core to resist rotation and trains your stabilizing muscles. Or experiment with a slight finger to push, extending your arms to engage your shoulders differently, but only if your elbows stay under your shoulders and your spine remains neutral. These small adjustments transform a basic plank into a dynamic core exercise that hits every stabilizer. Ask yourself, is your body trembling, sagging, or shaking in any part? That's feedback. Don't fight it with longer holds. Instead, reset, engage your core, and start with smaller intervals. Quality over quantity. 10 flawless seconds with perfect form beats a minute of sloppy planking every time. Here's a mental trick. Picture your body as a taut rope pulled tight from head to heels. Every muscle connected, resisting sagging or collapse. That mental image alone improves form instantly because it forces you to feel the alignment instead of just trying to hold a plank. Once this becomes second nature, you'll notice something amazing. Your posture improves, your back feels stronger, and your abs finally start to fire the way they should. And that's just the intermediate level. Now that you've nailed the basics and intermediate tweaks, let's push your plank into advanced territory. This is where subtle adjustments make the difference between a good enough core and a truly resilient powerhouse midsection. First, consider micro adjustments. Small shifts in hip tilt, shoulder tension, and glute engagement drastically increase muscle activation. Slightly tucking your pelvis under while maintaining a straight line can engage your lower abs more effectively. Pair that with a tiny squeeze in your glutes and thighs, and suddenly your body becomes a tension cable, resisting sag, arch, or wobble. Next, let's talk timing and breathing, often overlooked elements that separate amateurs from pros. Holding your breath may feel easier for a few seconds, but it actually reduces core stability and can spike blood pressure. Instead, breathe steadily and deliberately. Inhale for a count of 3. Exhale for a count of 3. Each exhale allows your deep core muscles to contract fully, reinforcing spinal support. Imagine inflating your abdomen like a balloon inside a rigid container. Your spine stays protected while your abs work at peak efficiency. Another advanced tweak is anti-rotation work. Lift one arm forward or one leg back while keeping your body aligned. This small movement forces your core to resist twisting and engages stabilizers that traditional planks often miss. Even holding for just 5 seconds per side improves coordination, balance, and overall strength. A fun mental trick. Picture your body as a skyscraper in a windstorm. Every muscle must brace perfectly to prevent sway. That visualization alone helps maintain alignment and prevents cheating through the lower back or shoulders. Now consider dynamic planks. Alternating between forearm and high plank or performing shoulder taps introduces controlled instability. This not only challenges your core further, but improves endurance, shoulder stability, and functional strength. Each movement must be deliberate. Speed without control defeats the purpose. Quality always comes first. Here's a critical thought. How often do you really feel your abs during a plank? Most people say, I feel it in my shoulders or back. That's a warning sign. If your shoulders or back are doing all the work, reset. Pull your belly button in, brace the core, and realign. True planking is about feeling tension evenly distributed along the midsection and supporting muscles. Let's put this all together with a challenge. Drop down and perform 10 flawless seconds of a perfect forearm plank. Focus on straight line alignment, engaged core, glutes squeezed, shoulders pressed down, and steady breathing. Then lift one leg, hold for 5 seconds, switch, and repeat. Feel the difference between just holding and actually controlling every inch of your body. That's the moment your plank becomes powerful, efficient, and safe. Remember, mastery isn't about holding the plank for minutes on end. It's about precision, control, and awareness.